A.J.C Orizu, Akuzuluora nke Igbo na Nimo, Kalia Gbulu of Nimo, Igwe Nwanneka. Nwa bụ nwa late A.J.C Orizu Nimo. Ebe njela akwụkwọ bụ na St. Bridget's Enugu for primary school. Go on Christ the King College on Nature. My university education was at University of Ife. Actually, I was in to do accountancy and economics, but after my first year, I changed and then studied estate management. On passing out, after a 5-year course of estate management in University of Ife, I had my NYSC done at Ogun State Housing Development Corporations. And thereafter, I had so many appointments. But at the end of the day, I chose to work with the international firm of Knight Frank, which is the largest world real estate company. And I worked in Knight Frank, starting my working career at Jos in Plateau State. On getting there, I met Chief Mike Acholi, only for us to shake hands. He thought I came for a simple visit, but at the end of the day, I gave him a letter of appointment, and he shouted. Nobody knew that. He didn't know that I even applied to Knight Frank. But I had so many jobs. FCDA, all oil companies gave me work, NNPC, all of them, all land departments of all the states, and so on. So that was in the year 1981, August 1, 1981, I resumed with Knight Frank. I graduated in 1980, June 1980. I worked in Knight Frank, and after a while I was in the Jos office, the Jos Ultra Modern market was completed, and Knight Frank won the bid to manage the international market, and I was made the first manager of that market. As I was there, any person from Nimo who was in Jos had a store of his choice, but that was done in accordance with procedures and the rules and regulations. And in short, I will tell you, there's no Igbo man who was living in Jos within that period who does not acknowledge what I did for our people. At the same time, after a period of about 2.5 years, the same firm, we won the management of Makurdi International Market. And the person we sent there could not do well, and I was posted to Makurdi. I moved on another transfer. Within 11 months, I stabilized everything in Makurdi. And then about to settle, my firm said, no, there's a greater job for me to do for them in Port Harcourt. I was moved again from Makurdi. While in Makurdi, I worked with Dr. Zasha, who was the commissioner for Commerce and Industry, and the permanent secretary at that time, Alfred Tokola, who was the latest Tortif before this present Tortif. He was that time the permanent secretary, Ministry of Trade and Commerce, and I worked closely with him. They loved me so much, to the extent that when I was transferred to Port Harcourt, they threatened my company to blacklist us in Benue State. But I had to go and meet the commissioner and explain things to him, and they accepted the transfer. I was only in Port Harcourt for a period of 5 months. And within that 5 months, I gained a lot of ground for Knight Frank. But the British man, being what it is, they know tomorrow better than us. The overall chairman of Knight Frank, Alan J. Shelley, who formed Knight Frank in 1965, came to Nigeria and requested to see me and paid the dash of for transfer in Lagos, and promised me that was going to be my last transfer. I came to Lagos. That was in January 1989. And within a short time, I was made a partner. I worked in all the departments of Knight Frank and was made a full-fledged partner. But in the year 2014, I was made the senior partner of Knight Frank. In 2015, what are Golden Jubilee? I'm the Golden Jubilee senior partner and CEO of Knight Frank Nigeria. I worked meritoriously for the firm for a period of 39.5 years. Within this period, I participated in so many seminars and international conferences that has to do with real estate in the whole world. I also traveled to so many other countries for this purpose. And within that period, we were regular in London to keep abreast with what it is in the real estate in the entire world. I had a lot of also experiences within the African zone. We have 10 of Knight Frank had 10 offices in 10 African countries, and we were all working together. I retired from Knight Frank in the year 2019, December 31st, 2019, and formed my own firm of Orizu and Company. I must tell you, it has been a fantastic working career. It was an opportunity for me to make friends and an opportunity for me to be able to do some service which people really appreciated. And I must tell you, today, I must say that if again given the same opportunity, I'll work the same way I worked. I love my job, and I will say I put in my best daring. I'm also very, very thankful to God. I had a nice wife, Lolo Isabella Orizu. We got married while I was still in Jos, and God blessed us with 5 children. I don't do well. 4 of them now in the UK are working in very reputable companies in the UK. My first son works with IBM, High Flyers in London. My second son works with G-Mobile in UK. The wife works with Twitter. My other son works with British Telecoms. The other one is also working with the Sky Group, the owners of the Sky News. My last son, Jindo, has just finished his NYSC at the Senate. He schooled at American University of Nigeria. I must tell you that I'm particularly very, very grateful to God. And I must tell you, I believe it is the prayers I normally dedicate myself to that has made it possible. Because I'm aware of some even of my classmates who are also working very hard, but if you look around, you see that there's something special. If you look at these premises, in short, I look at it to me, I wonder how it came to be, but it's by the grace of God. So, on that note, I'm advising our youths that it is the firewood you gather when you were young. That is the firewood you will enjoy when you get old. And there is no shortcut to India. Ndị be anyị na-asị na onwere ụzọ esi eje ọdịcha ọ dị nso. Ọsọgodi isi ụzọ gbujilekwa ihe elugwu ọdịcha isi godi nke abagara ịma ya elu ọdịcha. But the important thing is that keep your hands straight, be very prayerful, because the key to every success is prayer. Prayer is the key. You must make sure, and again, always try as much as possible to be giving thanks to God for everything that God does to you. Every morning, kneel down and pray and thank God and be focused. That's why the song I love most in the Christendom is that song. Count your blessings, name them one by one. Count your blessings, see what Lord has done. Count your blessings, name them one, and it will surprise you what the Lord has done. I pray for our youths not to follow the advices of the people who deceive and use the youths wrongly to achieve their purpose. Let them be focused. Before, to make money is very, very difficult. You have to till the ground and so on. But now, just bend down, read their books, be a good boy, and then pass the exam very well, and the sky is your starting point. Well, at this season of Yuletide, my children, they plan to come, but I have in one of their brother's places. They are enjoying themselves. We've been on a video with them, enjoying themselves with their wives over there and their children. Now, it will please me if other youths follow this kind of pattern and then be very, very useful to themselves, rather than allow themselves to be used by people who are not godly to achieve bad purposes. We go into it is unknown God men on this, all the useless things they're using use for. Our youth should shun all those things and be very, very purposeful. They are children of God and must not be used for things that are very ungodly. Well, I will say that the present regime we have in Nimo are doing their best. Egwegwa, I will tell you, is a masterpiece for any community. I'm so happy with Egwegwa. The same with Nimo. And I will say, I wish our youth well. Let them listen to the leaders. Presently, we are lucky we have excellent and good leaders now in Nimo, so that our children will always be primus inter pares wherever they go to. You look at myself, you should look at some of us as an example. I didn't stay in Nimo to look for anybody I'm going to quarrel with. I went and I conquered. The senior partner of Knife Frank Nigeria, the head of practice in this country, in a firm that is worldwide, not Chinese firm or something like that, British oriented, number 5 Baker Street. With that kind of feat, the name of Nimo will always be growing, and God will continue to bless us. And when we come back, we enjoy our places. I wish the present leadership of Ewewu all the best. They are doing all the best, but we will live at twist. We want more and more, and we are ready to assist. The same with Nimo. We wish Nimo well, because when Nimo is good and other communities emulate from Nimo and make their communities well, then Anambra State is good. When Anambra State is good and other states emulate from Anambra State, then Nigeria is good. If Nigeria is good and other countries follow suit in the correct way, follow Uno Road, then Nigeria is good. So, at this point, I will say, I thank you for this golden opportunity, which has enabled me to share my life experience with other people, so that some people can speak one or two things and to help them in their own lives, especially the youths that have still a greater future for themselves, to be able to showcase themselves worldwide, and be able to be children that not only their parents, their community will always say, I thank God that He gave me children of this nature. I will say Merry Christmas, and we pray that the year 2023 will be better than all the years that we have seen, and God will give us long life and also give us more prosperity, because there is a lot of work. Community work is there, everything is there, so that everybody will continue to smile. If everybody have, there will be no grumbling. Nobody will grumble. So we thank God, and we say, I thank your establishment for giving me this golden opportunity. Thank you, and God bless you.
Easy concepts.
Robert Chumba Ibangu and Lady Mrs. Regina Ibangu, both of blessed memory. I was the 5th child and the second daughter. I obtained my primary school certificate in between 3 schools and 3 parts of the world. First was Santa Maria Enugu. From there we traveled to USA in America, where I did 2 or 3 classes under the primary school, and then came back to Zaria and Enugu especially to finish my primary school. I proceeded to the University of, I proceeded to Queen's School Enugu to obtain my GCE and WASC certificates in flying colors. I made all my papers. And from there, I was meritoriously taken by JAMB to read BA Honours English at UNN. From there, I also graduated as cum laude and went to, my youth corps was in Kano State. There, I normally is teaching as a youth corps most of the time, so I fitted into the teaching profession there. It was from Kano that I met this vibrant young man, Chief A.J.C Orizu.
I will go, 'cause you are the way, truth, and the life.
We courted and we got married. Our wedding was in Kano. From there, I had to start my profession. After our wedding, we lived in Jos. That's where we started our family. And my first year in Jos, immediately I was employed to teach in the secondary school, the St. Louis Secondary School, a very Catholic secondary school. Being a university town, I also took the opportunity, living in Jos, to do my postgraduate diploma in education, which started me well for the teaching profession. So I was now doubling in 2 jobs. I was a lecturer at the Plateau State Polytechnic for some time, and also lecturing at St. Louis College in the same just Plateau State. It was an enjoyable time of my life because there I discovered that anything concerning management and advertisement and teaching, I have a flair for that. So after my master's, my husband was now transferred to Makurdi, from there to Port Harcourt. So I had to leave Jos to follow him in these various transfers. Finally, in 1989, we came over to Lagos after he had the final transfer, which launched him into partnership of the estate valuation firm renowned Knight Frank and Rodley. He was the manager in Port Harcourt, but from Port Harcourt, by the time we got to Lagos, he also was made a manager, handling a branch of a department, the management department, for some years. So living in Lagos, there I had to get a job, and I was employed as a staff of the Nigeria National Provident Fund.
You never leave me, nor forsake me.
Which now metamorphosed into the Nigeria Social Insurance Trust Fund. I worked there for 10, 15 years, before, within which I did my master's in the University of Lagos. I did my Master of Public Administration there, and all these things positioned me well to be among the 11 staff. I was among the 11 staff employed in the new Trust Fund Pensions PLC in order to manage pensions in the private and public sector of Nigeria. With the new pension scheme that was launched then, we were all the pension fund administrators were licensed, about 35 or 30 of them were licensed to manage pensions for the private sector. So it was a scramble to get staff registered into the various PFAs. So that was the time I now demonstrated my prowess and my expertise in marketing pension fund for the various organizations, both private and the federal establishments in the country. It was a tough but enjoyable profession, and I did it for another 15 years before I retired voluntarily. Since my retirement in 2014, it has been another enjoyable part of my life. Retirement has been good, and I've been doing consultation on my own and a little business here and there, contracts here and there. I value the rest and the calm and comfort given to me by retirement. During retirement, in my retirement life, I really value the comfort and calm and serenity of life. I spend my time, most of the time, I spend my time with my God, have time to go for masses and to religious activities in the church, and my children have all grown, I thank God, and now I have the time to enjoy and realize the kind of community that I married into. I have a lot of time to come home, move around, meet with people, socialize, and I've seen that, honestly, I am blessed to be a wife, married to a vibrant young man.
You never leave me nor forsake me.
Elitist young man in Nemo. From him, I got to know that personalities in Nemo have so many versatile professionals. Nemo has so many versatile professionals. Igbo now has much more. And there are people that like the progress of the community in general and also bring back good legacies to their village, Ebongu community. Ebongu Ojideleke is the name of the village the Orizu family comes from. So automatically, I became more familiar with Ebongu personalities. And this Ojideleke Day, it was launched for the first time last year. This is the second year we're trying to host it, and each year it even becomes much better. I find out that it's interesting that most personalities in Ebongu believe in bringing home their profession, their knowledge to bear in developing their community and making sure it progresses. In terms of finances, they're ready to drop a lot of money to make sure the community is developing and it is there and everybody is happy. Now you can see we're looking forward to making to a very profitable state during the Ebongu Ojideleke Day, and we made by the time we finish the launching, one would have seen that the projects we're looking up to will be realized in much less than 5 years. Why? I'm saying this because everybody is committed to this project. The people in the diaspora are ready to take up the heavy aspects of this project. And honestly, I feel so satisfied and proud to be part of a system, to be part of a community, to be part of a progressive unit of Nemo called Ebongu. So I am very enthused to be part of Ebongu Ojideleke Day because I know Ebongu people are elitist, versatile, and very committed. The message I have for those people that did not come home for this Christmas is that honestly they missed a lot because we were frightened at first about coming home for Christmas because of the things that were happening, the killings and the insecurity. But when we came to Nemo, we found out that Nemo is so peaceful, so enjoyable, much more than the way it has been in the last, maybe in the last 4 years. There was a lot of progress, so many other buildings and businesses have sprung up. We have so many philanthropists trying to develop able and developing them in general. Even the politicians are doing their best to help develop the villages, build roads, and put water and so on, water projects in so many of the areas. And Anambra is safe. So I will tell the people in that didn't come that they should never be afraid of insecurity. In parts of Anambra, especially Oka, Nimu, Nene, those areas, and Nyocha area, and Binchikoka, very safe. And I hope that next year, having noticed the peace and calm in these areas, they will jump up to it and come back, go back to their various towns to celebrate their Christmas and New Year. This is one celebration I won't like to miss, having it in the world. Please, I enjoy all of you to come back next year and join in the various activities, beautiful events, progressive outings that will move Nemo higher and make the community a place to be proud of. Thank you very much.